Hey, this is Lynn. Today is Wednesday, March the 6th, 2024, and this is a serious video. It's not like my usual videos, so this is one you're going to need to watch, not just listen to. But I'm doing this video because I lost my cousin to cancer yesterday, and I wanted to share some thoughts about things that are going on lately when it comes to this serious illness. And I know with the carnivore community, there's a lot of talk about cancer, and there's a lot that can be done about it. But I want to talk about it from a specific viewpoint. And I'm going to be I usually hate this when I see other people do it, but I'm going to be using these because of this. Okay, it's getting better. So things are getting better when it comes to talking about certain topics. But anyways, basically, over the last several years, a new term has developed when it comes to this topic. And this is the term. My cousin exhibited all the symptoms. I'm just going to call it TC. My cousin exhibited all the symptoms of TC. She was diagnosed in December, was fine, and then all of a sudden, stage 4. Incredibly aggressive. And less than 3 months later, she passed. There was nothing they could do. It was all over the place. And just went into hospice. This is a new term. I mean, I went through nursing school years ago. Worked in hospitals, worked in outpatient nursing too, never worked in oncology, but never heard that term before, but I'm hearing it a lot now. There's some other medical terms out there that we're hearing a lot as well, but I'm going to focus on this one. Didn't hear about it until a few years ago, and certain things, how do I word this? Basically this, okay? A lot of us were compelled take this. Many people happily did. There's a lot of trust. There was a lot of concern about what was going on in the world. There was not a lot of information. The biggest issue I've had is watching how slow it's been to get information out there. One of the main companies that made this had to be taken to court, and it took 1.5 years to get them to release their data from their trial. And when they were ordered to release it, they asked for 75 years to get it released. Thank God the judge said no. You got it 1 year. So all the information's finally coming out. Now, earlier on, I was already aware of some issues. But I want to give a name of a doctor to look at in case there's a concern. This is one doctor that focuses on treating these TCs that are suspected to be from this. And this is his name. You can find him probably on YouTube. There's other places you can find him. I use this platform a lot, because I find that platform has a lot more information. Also, early on, maybe mid-2021, maybe even earlier than that, I started hearing things from this particular person. He's a pathologist. He tried to get the word out. But what he found, he was looking under the microscope at the specimens, from our bodies, human tissue, and he was noticing a safety signal, a problem. And I watched an interview with him, and what he said is that he was noticing what appeared to be a suppression of helper T cells. Now, if you're not familiar with T cells, are part of our immune system. We have helper T cells. Their job is to go around our bodies and find anything that isn't growing, is like abnormal growth, something that's abnormal. They go around and they put a little mark on any cell of our body that starts to exhibit abnormal growth, which is the very beginning. Like if you don't capture, if our immune system doesn't tackle it right away, it can turn into cancer. So he was noticing a suppression of these helper T cells. So what usually happens is that the helper T cells go all over the body, and if they see a cell that looks like it's starting to mutate into something that's not normal, it'll mark that cell. And then our killer T cells come around and destroy the cell before it can grow into anything dangerous. And he was noticing that among people who took this, he was noticing a suppression of these helper T cells. He tried to get the word out early on. Nobody was listening. But I was listening. I was paying close attention, and I was very concerned about it. So I wanted to do this video, not because I want to tell you what to do. I mean, if you've listened to my video on my cardiology appointment and informed consent, you know that I am a strong advocate for informed consent. I am a strong advocate for people making their own decisions when it comes to what they do with their body. But I do really feel it's very important to be informed. The informed part is what's really important and has been lacking. And over the course of the last several years, I've been a nurse, I've been working with doctors all the time, and I've been working in the healthcare system. And I just tend to have a cynical mind. I don't necessarily trust that these big, huge agencies that produce all of the medications and various things that we take have our best interest in mind. I mean, they have their pocket in mind and the bottom line. I'm not saying that everything they do is bad, but I have a general distrust. And so this is not the first person in my life that has died like this. And I just feel as though I want to at least try to help any of you. Now, I know a lot of you that listen to this channel are pretty aware, but not everybody may be. I didn't take this. I was one of those nurses who didn't. Nor did my husband or anybody else in my immediate family. But I was doing a lot of research early on. And one of the sources that I use is this source here. Okay. Very good source of information. Scientific reporting. They also have a website. Okay. And if this is something that's new to you and you're like, what? I never heard of this before. And, I trust my doctor or maybe I'm seeing some things among my family or friends that are causing issues. I would encourage you to start doing some digging in and doing some research. Learn about it. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your own body, but before you do any more of this, take a look at some of these sources and just do some due diligence with learning some things. Now, there is a recent video. It is long, and it is a Senate hearing. And I didn't put the whole title, but it's this long, and it's under Rumble, and it's, let me find my little thing here. It's on the Rumble site for this. It's this long, and it starts with this title. Okay, it's a Senate hearing. And I would encourage you to go through and listen to it. Write down the names of everybody involved and go look up videos and interviews with them, because they only have a few minutes to speak at this Senate hearing, and it's definitely, the testimony is powerful. But if you want to really get more details, go look them up and on this platform and learn more about what's going on. If you have already, taken multiples and you're concerned, I would encourage you to look up this group here. Okay. they have protocols. All right. This is their website. Okay. I know this is kind of weird, but I just don't want to lose any more people. I'm getting so tired of losing people. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to write down one more person for you to look up. Now, this guy's not a doctor, but he's a very, very highly skilled expert data analyst. Okay. He has a book. It's worth reading. He has interviews that are worth listening to. And he's trying to raise awareness about things that have been going on. So I hope that came across okay. I'm not trying to be, bossy, telling anyone what to do. I'm just sad. And it's unnecessary for people to depart from us too early. And it makes me very sad that I was learning about this information almost 3 years ago. And there were people out there trying to share the things that they were seeing and observing. And that were signals, red flags that maybe we need to halt what's going on and look into this. But they were ignored. More than ignored. Okay. Some of them lost their licenses. Some of them lost their hospital privileges. They lost a lot, but are continuing to speak out. So anyways, yeah. So I realize this is a very different video than what I'm used to putting out, but I just feel compelled to say something because I'm sad I've lost another person. And, she was 65. She should have had, we have longevity on my side of the family. We have a lot of longevity. People live well into their 90s. And so she had decades that were stolen from her. And I know that this was something that she got quite a bit. I think almost positive that she was up to date for sure. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments. If you have any questions and you want to send me an email, if you want me to send you some links, you can either connect with me through Instagram, Midlife Carnivore, or you can connect with me through my Gmail, midlifecarnivore@gmail.com. My daughter and I are flying out tomorrow to go down for my cousin's service, which is Friday. So anyways, that's it for today. Not taking my scale with me, so I think next Monday I'm not going to be able to do my weigh-in. But keep me and my family in your prayers. It's a rough time, and I'm going to be seeing a lot of family that I haven't seen for quite a few years. I think since some of them I haven't seen since I was a kid, but most of them I saw in 2017 when I went down for a family reunion. But it's sad to have to, finally see a lot of the relatives under these circumstances. So keep us in your prayers. Pray for safety. Pray that my mast cell activation syndrome won't flare up, and that I'll have stamina and I'll have endurance and do well on this trip. So that's it for today, and hope you are all well. Take care.